Toto, your heels together 3 times and think to yourself, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Now, I thought I would look at this up, and I noticed a couple of articles, or not a couple of articles, a couple of interviews. Besides the Steve Varley show, there was also LRM online. So we're going to look at the first one, but there was something about the second one that I wanted to highlight. But let's look at the highlights of Amiah Miller and, of course, Elsie Fisher.
For my best friend's Exorcism.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Initially drew you to this project. Start with you first.
What initially drew me to it? I think that I was really excited that there was already a book that I could, read, and that could be kind of, could help me with finding my character and everything. There was so much to go off of. And there's also so many fans that love this story and love these characters. And it was very exciting to kind of sign on to a project that, a lot of people are already, loving, and they are very excited about it. So it was very, very exciting, and I love this movie. So
I will say that I have seen reviews where people did not like the movie because it wasn't as good as the book. Now, I think Amaya and even myself, we'd say, yeah, the book would probably be better than the book is always better than the movie. And I don't know if Amaya got to read the book. I imagine she must have. I hear it's a whole different animal than what the movie ended up being. Now, I didn't care for the plot to the movie, but Amaya's acting is the best. And I think it's the best that I've seen. I always said this, and I will always say this to my grave until we see newer projects that ever come out. Waterman is the best plot, best story, best characters, but Amaya's acting is sorely underused in The Waterman. But here in My Best Friend's Exorcism, her acting is like top notch, great, because she gets a whole range. If you redid Sucker Punch and put her in that role of Baby Doll, she would give you her best performance. If Zack Snyder got her to do all that stuff, but Amaya was 7 years old when that movie came out. But if you got her to do all the cool shit that one actress did, she would do it. I mean, she would do it. I mean, that actress was 23. She's now in her 30s. But yeah, I mean, it's just her best performance was in this movie, even if it was a shadow of what the book was. So I cannot say the book was better because I don't know for sure. Amaya reads books now, and I think she would probably agree with most of the fan base. But you work with what you have. You have to work with the best of what you got, with what the director says.
Amaya,
now, here's a question I think he asked all the actors.
Did you have to go through some kind of exorcism school to do those? I want to say very difficult acting, especially on the backside here.
yeah, no, I definitely did watch clips of actual exorcisms. I just typed that into YouTube. Who knew that it would pop right up? But
we love the YouTube.
I watched those being performed on people, and I watched a lot of interviews of people talking about when they were possessed. And I just kind of wanted to get a grasp on that and do a good job. And yeah, I watched a lot of stuff like that. I even had a little notebook where I took notes. I was super into it.
Elsie, what did you think of her transformation throughout this entire film?
I mean,
what did you think?
It just blow me away. Honestly, I think it's so hard for actors to be able to create one character, and you were juggling both and sort of weird in between states. So I think in terms of your pure work, very blown away. But also, I mean, many props to our hair and makeup department. They killed that. So all over. Yeah. Pretty sick to witness.
Just by watching the film itself, I was turned that off. Do you turn that off?
I tried my best to turn it off. Yeah, I was able to turn it off. I had my mom there with me, and And it was very easy because I was honestly so exhausted and drained after having to be possessed and evil all day for, some of the days of the shoot. So by the time I got home, I was as sweet as could be.
Oh yeah, okay. This is the one he asks all the actors. The Ouija board.
Still have that game around. Can you tell us about your real life experience with the spirit board, or do you not believe it?
I mean, I wouldn't touch them personally, and I'm not even like deeply afraid, but I just feel like even though I haven't had experiences, like my grandpa's had experiences with Ouija boards, so I'm like, for his sake, I'll step away.
Yeah. There's someone walking like back and forth. I definitely believe in them. I think that it's very real. I'm not interested in doing it. I was nervous to just do it in the scene because we were actually acting it out. So that was stressful for me. But my uncle, he used to perform exorcisms, and he told me to stay away from them. So I'm like, I will listen to you.
Wow. I did not know that you actually had a real exorcist in your family. That is
neither did I.
A different story for a different time, isn't
it? Exactly.
Spirit board. I want to.
Well, there's Kathy Yang and Rachel. Okay,
she played around with the spirit board in real life. What was your experience, and do you believe in it?
I personally have not ever played with a spirit board in my spare time. Try to stay away from the bad spirits. Try to keep the good vibes. So definitely not the first one to grab the spirit board out of the friend group like Margaret would.
Yeah, I guess for me, I might have played it when I was like young with my older sisters, but I don't even remember it. So clearly there were probably no like crazy spirits hanging out. So I think we had a lot of fun on set, just kind of like pretending as though, oh no, there's a spirit, you better watch out. I think some people got a little scared at times, but it was just fun.
Most excellent.
I was like, I've never played with the Ouija board. I know my mom had a stack of tarot cards. I feel like everybody's mom has tarot cards somewhere, and it's like, you never just mess with those things unless you really had to. But my favorite cards are the Death, the Hangman, the Devil, the High Priestess, and the Fool. I think, yeah, that's some of the stuff I just see that in everybody. I think. I guess I would let Death represent my card. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to some other stuff here. I told you to wait at the fast forward to 8 minutes and 11-second timestamp. I told you, Amiah, I have a little surprise. Surprise! Here we are. Love Kills 2024. And this is for Gaia Brooks. In case you cheated, in case you peeked. You peeked at the credits at the end of my Instagram post. Now I see. I don't know when Gaia's movie is supposed. There's another one she did, but can't find that. But this is her first real movie, so I don't have to like this one. But I would give it a watch for Amiah to just see if I actually like it or not. I don't know if I really care for it or if it's my kind of movie. But hey, you put a little effort, okay? So this is the trailer. I have not watched this trailer before. I have not seen it. So I'll probably lower it a bit and I'll probably skip around so I don't get this video blocked. Because you know how copyright stuff works, so I'll do my best here. But yeah, this is some sort of a love thriller, lesbian thriller. I don't know. That's what it looked like to me. I don't know. I could be wrong. So I'm gonna go ahead and watch it and keep it in the small window. Here we go. Gaia Brooks. This is so I don't know when the movie's supposed to come out, but it's supposed to come out through here, and I'll rent it out.
It starts out slow and amazing. Then, as time goes by, everything changes.
Oh, okay. So she has an affair with the girlfriend or whatever.
I like me too. Do you want to do something fun? Well, at the same time, sounds like cheating. I mean, it's beautiful. Like
Whoa.
I don't think you've been honest with me. You start to question everything you feel, and it becomes complicated. Change? What? You're faced with making all these and confused, and all you can think of is how to get it back to the way it was.
I'm getting vibes like with that one movie Jenna Ortega did.
Just slowly dying inside.
It's not a game. Well, it's a very risque kind of I don't want to say soft porn build-up, but it's like they could have cut down the trailer a little bit better, but there we go. So it looks a bit risque. You know, I'll give it a watch when and if they set it up for release. I'll rent it. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, and congratulations for Gaia Brooks. Good on you. Not my kind of movie, but I'm sure it's one of those movies where it's like, hey, you know, you're supposed to get hot and bothered that she's, you know, talking to the girlfriend and she's supposed to be happily engaged or married. And it's one of those things. It's like, hey, there's the sexy gardener over there and your husband's away on a long trip, you know. Girls love those stories. It's like 50 shades of what's going on here, you know. Anyway, I'll try to be a good sport. Just because I spent some quality time together at Barney's Beanery. Why does that sound familiar? Barney's Beanery.
Before the diarrhea.
I don't remember. Turkey Club, that was it, yeah.
From where?
Oh, you don't even want to know. Fucking Barney's Beanery in Burbank. I was trying to get something quick.
Is to create, you blew it in 1 fucking month. From A Dog's Life to Barney's Beanery for a fucking Turkey Club. It's like one disaster after another with you, isn't it?
What's wrong with the Turkey Club?
Nothing Barney's fucking Beanery.
I just want a burger.
Okay, we'll close out with an article that I saw. Nature makes the magic at Lighthouse Point. Never have I, this is by Robert Niles. Never have I wanted so much to share a destination with you while also fearing to share it. In my post yesterday about the art and music of Disney Lookout K, I mentioned the term observer effect, quote unquote. In science, this is simplistically the idea that the very act of observing something changes it. In tourism, you see this whenever there are a number of tourists begin to approach the number of residents in a neighborhood, a community, or even a country. You especially see this in nature, where the presence of only a few human visitors can destroy fragile natural environments. Even harder environments can show damage where crowds go large. From litter and graffiti to even just the erosion of paths, too many people can too easily destroy what they came to see. Yeah, that is so damn true. All it takes is to be one viral post to draw more people into a location than it can physically support. Part of the social appeal of these theme parks, ski resorts, and private island destinations is that they can be designed to accommodate the crowds that their owners market them to attract. Place them in the proper locations, then build and maintain them the right ways, and you can minimize the environmental impact of putting tens of thousands of people into a single popular tourist destinations every day. That does not always happen, but at least that is the ideal. But when the viral mobs descend upon undesigned spaces, the beautiful can turn ugly quickly. So with that in mind, I humbly report to you that I enjoyed Lookout K's nature trail more than anything else I have experienced as a tourist in a long time. So not Robert Niles took all these pictures. Walk to the southern end of Lookout K, past the reef and wreck bar, to begin the nature trail, which will take you about half a mile or so down to the southern edge of Eleuthera. That's where you'll find an old abandoned lighthouse that gave the area its name, Lighthouse Point. As you walk along this sandy trail, the vegetation transitions from cultivated to wild. Every 100 yards or so, you'll find a display station that tells you about the local wildlife, including the curly-tailed lizard, which you might remember as one of the audio characters you heard on the train ride over from Mabrika Cave or Mabrika Cove. More educational elements are on their way from the trail as Disney fine-tunes its preservation education initiatives for this land. So there's a lot of signs here. As you walk further south, the air cools. The sounds of Disney attractions fade. All you hear are the crunch of your shoes upon the sand, birds and insects chirping, and the surf crashing behind the trees. It is peace. Turn left at a fork and you will head past some impressive limestone cliffs above. Disney has placed a discrete sign with a QR code that allows people to learn more about the location via the Disney Cruise Line's Navigator app. Just past the cliffs on your left, you will come to Lighthouse Beach. Below, and a glimpse of what this entire secluded coastline was like before Disney developed the beach just to the north as Lookout Cay. So head back up and take the other side of the fort to complete your journey to the historic lighthouse. And here, I tried and failed to find a definitive history of this lighthouse online. It is not on the UNESCO list of historic lighthouses in the Bahamas, which likely helped make Lighthouse Point available for Disney to buy. One source I found online said that the lighthouse structure was built before 1900, with the beacon entering service around 1903. As intriguing as the structure may be, the real attraction lies just to itself. Turn around and just enjoy this view. Spend some time here and just sit around with the amazing space, but also to catch your breath for the hike back to Lookout City. Lighthouse Point is one of the most beautiful places that I have had the privilege of visiting on the earth. I understand now why so many Bahamians have argued to protect it. Yet Disney is a master of managing crowds. I have faith that the company has the resources and talent to find a way to allow more people to enjoy the sublime beauty of Lighthouse Point, and to enable them to understand and appreciate it, while also working to protect that beauty. But all that will take work. Disney will have the responsible party if it fails. In the meantime, if you are on a Disney cruise that calls out at Lookout City, make time to in your day for the nature trail. Just don't too many of you do that at once, please. So until we see some more island shots of Amiah, I bid you all a good day and have a good week, Amiah. I had a good birthday or a peaceful birthday. There are so many Instagram models and Twitch stream bath hot tub models and all these people, but you are the 1,000,000 out of 10 model. You'll always be that way for me. Until next time, everyone. Next week, I hope I could put out even better content. See you next Amiah Sunday.